for the you two here, you did square root of 32 as 4 times 8, right?
Yeah.
And then 4 is a perfect square. 8 is not, right?
No.
So I'm going to cross 8 out and put 2 times 4. 4 is a perfect square. Is 2 a perfect square? No, we leave it like that, right? So this 4 is now a 2. This 4 is now a 2. So we take this 8, these 2 together. So 8, 2, and 2. And this radical 2. Because we have to stop there. Right? Bye. See you later. I'll put the review sheet in your room.
I'm sorry?
I'll put the review sheet in your room.
Just send it to me and I'll make copies when I come.
I'll be ready. It's only 1 page. It's gonna be.
No, but I'm usually here pretty early.
It's front and back 1 page. Don't worry.
That
And
way
then
you
I'll
can
work on the quiz for FOA tonight.
just make it easy.
Yeah.
Or very challenging.
Very challenging.
Very challenging. All of them.
Make them hard.
Make them all think.
Yes.
Make them all think.
Make them all think. Very important. Okay. So we get, that gets you 16 times 2, which is 32, right? Did you guys get 32?
Yeah.
Square root of 2, right? But then we got to think of the variable, right? The base. The base here, divide by 2, divide by 2. So the only one remaining inside is the p, correct? So p, I'm going to make this smaller. And then q is squared, correct? P is to the third, right? With a p remaining. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. So on B, the square root of 49 is 7, right?
Yeah.
There's no remaining, right? The P, there's no remaining in P either. P to the 6. Is there any remaining for the Q?
No.
No, so therefore there's nothing remaining in the square root. That's your answer. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, this one here, what property would you use first?
Exponent.
Yeah, exponent power to power. That's good. When you see it as a choice, you'll know which one to choose, right?
Yeah.
Power to a power. Power to power. So that means that gives you w to the 12th. And then this one to that one. That gives you 3 to the 18th, right? And w to the 15th, right? And that negative there is still there. Okay, so we can expand that negative. That's -1 times. -1, we're going to times whatever it is we get. So 3wz to the 4th. Okay, so now what property are we going to use? Product rule of powers, right? Is it product rule of powers? So that means we combined, we get 3 to the 1st plus 18, right? Don't forget your -1. And w to the 1st, w to the 1st here, plus the 12 here, plus the 15 here, right? And then what other variable? Z? Base of z? We got z only to the 4, correct? No other one. We got everything? I always like to check it. I got 3 to the 1st, 3 to 18, w to 1, w to the 12, w to the 15, and z to the 4th. I got everything. To remind me, I need to put that. Okay, so we get 3 to the 19th power, w to the 28th power, right? And z to the 4th. And there's the negative in front. It represents -1. The 1 stays invisible. Any question? Okay. What? Oh,
Is it just simplifying?
yeah. Simplifying product. Simplified product. Okay. What rule are we going to use here? See the denominator? What rule are we going to use? Product rule, right? Product rule of powers. So we get 12x squared y to the 9th over 4x1 plus 1, right? Y 18th, right? So we basically, we're going to simplify the product, right? Simplified product. Oh my gosh, you can't even read that. Simplify product. I'm going to simplify product and quotient. I'm going to do it all at once. Because I can simplify this quotient, can't I? To 3, right? And I can simplify x squared, y third, and y to the y 9th. Got it? And then we do quotient, rule of powers. Do you guys have enough room, or will you run out of room like I do? On this other side?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do the same then. So then I get 3x2 minus 2, right? And y9 minus 12. Right? And then we simplify the quotient. Simplify the quotient, right? You get 3x to the 0. If you need to write a rule, we simplify a quotient. Y negative 3. So which property do you want to do first? The 0 power property? Zero power. 0 power. So we do 0 power. And this one is equal to 1, correct? So that's 3y to the negative 3. And then we do the negative exponent rule. The negative exponent rule says 3 stays on top, y goes on bottom. Right? And that's your answer. It's long, isn't it? For one problem. Xavier, did you get this as an answer? Oh, that's good. And any questions on these? None. This one you can either change, on A you either can change this into a decimal or this into a fraction. Whichever way. You need to make them the same though. They can't be different. But both ways fine. I mean, student changed this to that. Add students that change, who finds it easier just to change this to 0.2. Either way, you're going to come with the exact same answer. In this case, you add, right, to make 0. Okay, no questions on this, right? Okay, which is equivalent to this one. The answer is, let's see, I think A, C, and D is equivalent. Yeah, A, C, and D are equivalent to, the answers A, C, and D is equivalent, is equal to 9/20. And remember, on the fastest time, the best time, who's the fastest runner? The lowest time is the fastest runner. Got it? So make sure, and it's most likely Brittany. Brittany got the fastest time. You have to change it all into decimal first, right? Okay, any questions on me? No, let's go to I'm gonna stop this.